Hey guys, so it's Friday. It's Friday. Gotta get down on Friday. Yesterday was Thursday. John, no. Uh, so let's see what happened this weekend. Or not weekend, this week. Let's see. The kittens have become more active. They kind of know who Grandpa is. Whenever I go outside and they'll look at me and they'll climb up. They've started climbing up, trying to get out of the box, but then they get to the top and realize, oh, well, I don't want to jump off the side because that's far down. It's really not. It's only like maybe 5 inches or so, but they're kittens and they don't know how to walk, so it's a far drop for them. But they're at a crossroads. It's like, do I jump? No, I don't want to jump, but uh, I have to climb back down. I can't just turn around and climb back down. How do I get out of this predicament? Well, it's a good thing Grandpa's there. Otherwise, they'd be stuck. But no, there's two of them that they see me and they're like, "Ah, Grandpa!" They climb up and they just like, oof. They flop down. They're like, and I'm like, yeah, they know who their grandpa is already. Those are, like I said, I'm gonna keep one for myself and then let Mama have one. Let her keep one because Miko's no longer here. Um, so yeah, I kind of know which two. My friend was asking me about the black and white one. Um, so if she can take one, that's great. Because I think it'd be good for her. She travels to see her friend a lot, and even though it's only like a couple-hour drive, it'd still be nice for her to have a travel companion. And her friend's got cats. I'm sure they would love the kitten. Plus Sylvanas, she's 10 years old, but she's still super active. So she's got V, but V is like 14, and he's not going to be around forever, and he's old. And even though he's still kind of active, it would probably be better for Sylvanas to have someone younger who has the energy rather than V, who is pushing the limits here. Um, Same thing with Ava. I think Ava, if she had a kitten around, her maternal instincts might kick in and she might get up and do things more. Because she just kind of doesn't do anything. She'll get up, go to the bathroom, she'll get up to eat. And that's pretty much it. She doesn't play anymore. She just sits on the back of the couch and just sleeps. So maybe having a kitten around will, help her maternal instincts kick in. But I think it would be good for Sylvanas to have a new playmate. She's so active. Like, she's 10 years old, and you would never think she was 10 because she's so active. And I told my friend, I was like, she's gonna outlive all of them because she's so active, you know. But hopefully she'll consider taking one of the black and white ones. Um, I haven't. I checked the gender of the black and white ones. They're both girls. Um, the ones that aren't look like Miko. Uh, I haven't checked. I think one of them's female. One of them might be male. And then there's the whitish one with the colored head. Um, I think that might be a boy. So, um, yeah, but yeah, they're growing. They're growing. It's only been, let's see. Actually, hang on. Let me check because I know I made a video, I think, about it. So let me see how long ago that was. All right, so it's been about 2 weeks. Wow, it's been 2 weeks already. Like one of the cats, their eyes are kind of like they're opened-ish, but like the sides are like still closed-ish. Uh, I don't know, it might be just a birth defect. I mean, if you remember, Venti had the second eyelid covering his eye, so it might just be a birth defect or something. I mean, their eyes are open. It's just like the sides. It just might take a little longer because I remember for last litter, some of them it took a little longer for their eyes to open. Normally, it's like 2 weeks. Um, but since, like I said, they are open, Now they said if their eyes after 2 weeks aren't open at all, then you have to take them to the vet, and don't open them yourself, because you would think, oh, let me just open them myself. No, don't do, no bueno. Um, but their eyes are open. They can see me, but it's just like the like right over there. They're it's kind of like still together. But as long as they're able to live a happy life. I mean, Venti had like almost like his entire eye pretty much covered by that second lid, and he was able to see just fine apparently. So, uh, I wouldn't be too worried about it. If their eyes were still closed after 2 weeks, then I'm like, we should probably take them to that. But they're open. It's just the sides are just kind of stuck. I'm pretty sure after Mama cleaning them a little more, because it's just kind of like, it's part that they open naturally, and also part from Mama, kind of opens them up a little more. They'll be fine. Like I said, it might just be a birth defect. It's not a big deal. Some cats are born blind or deaf, and they can still have happy lives, so I'm not too concerned about it. But yeah, so the cats are fine. D-Luke and Kaya have been doing the job of big brothers. Kaya's actually been kind of sitting on the cat crate out there, the little tiny cat crate. He's been the watchful, protector. So they've been being good big brothers. Lucifer hasn't really come around, but he's still around. He came around yesterday. They were eating, and he kind of tried to come up, and Meowsy was like, "Arr." Normally she doesn't do that, but she's got the babies, and she's like, no, no. But so Lucifer's fine, Kaya's fine, D-Luke's fine, the babies are fine, Sam is fine, Potato Chan is fine, everybody's fine. But yeah, so that's with the kittens. So let's see, work between June and freaking June, I swear. So yesterday, she thinks she's clever. She's not. She forgets I'm smarter than she is. So yesterday, I was there from 1 o'clock to 5 instead of my morning hours, and so we gave her dinner, and it was really small amount. I mean, not a small amount, but big enough for her. I mean, I look at it and it's small. It's like poppycock. That's like not even appetizer for me. It was like some chicken strip, like a chicken strip or so. Some potato salad. What else was there? I think there was like little tiny pickles. Chris's favorite. What else was there? I think there were some beets. There was something else. Was there something else? There might have been something else on the plate. But chicken, potato salad, beets, pickle, like 2 little pickles. Or maybe that, I don't remember. So she was supposed to eat that. And then I had her dessert, which like a little cup of applesauce and little slices of cake. Because they had like this like really good pecan cake that had like a brown sugar frosting type thing on top with like pecans on it. And I went into her room, and the plate's off to the side and still has stuff on it. I'm like, June, you have to eat all of that, otherwise you can't have dessert. If you don't eat your meat, you can't have any pudding. How can you have your pudding if you don't eat your meat? So, no, I said, June, if you don't eat your dinner, you're not going to be able to have your dessert. And she's like, oh, no, you can trust me. You can just put it down right there. I'm like, no, June, I know how you are. You need to eat all of that first because all you're going to do, I'm going to put it down, and you're just going to eat the dessert, and then you're not going to finish that, and you're going to say you're full. So you need to finish all that first before I can give you this. You think she's clever, but she does that she would do that all the time. She'll say she's not hungry, right? Even if it's like her first meal. She'll say she's not hungry, but if she sees you eating like a piece of pizza or a piece of cake, she'll ask for some. But then it's like, June, I thought you said you weren't hungry. I thought you said you have no room in your stomach. I don't, but I would really like a piece of cake. Like, sorry, if you don't have any room in your stomach, you don't have room for a piece of cake. Those are your words. I mean, you said you had no room. So if you have no room, you can't fit a piece of cake. If you can't fit the healthy stuff we're trying to give you, then you certainly don't have room for the unhealthy stuff. So, but yeah, she's like, oh, you can trust me. You could just leave it right there. And I'm like, no, no. Um, so there's that. Oh, she was clever. Um, no, and then what was it last week? I think it was, yeah, I think it was last week. I can't remember what happened. What was it? Mm. Oh yeah, it was the water. So I had given her a glass of water. It was like this, a large glass of water, and she finished it all in just a couple minutes. I went back and I think I was checking her to see if she had finished eating so I could give her her puzzle or her cards or whatever, because she'll do a puzzle or play solitaire. And she was asking for more water. And I said, no, June, you have to wait now until your snack. I told you not to drink it all. I told you to take tiny sips. And, you know, and then as I'm walking out, she's like, ass. And I'm like, I'm like, what was that, June? And she was like, oh, nothing. I was just singing a song. And then she continues to start singing. I said, I would like an apology, June. And I said, I'm not doing this to be mean. We are doing this because we know what's best for you, you know? And I said, when we tell you to take sips, we mean for you to take sips because you have a habit of just gulping all of it down. And then a second later, you're like, I want more. We tell you so you can make it last longer. But, she was, when she said it, I was like, what was that? She's like, I was just singing a song. I'm like, I don't recall any songs that start with that word, June. I don't, no, no, no. And you see this all the time at like nursing homes and stuff. I mean, they're old, they have dementia, so the easiest thing to do is just kind of make them apologize to make sure, not, I mean, it'll happen again, but you just don't get mad about it. Get glad to know that she still has such a wide vocabulary. Uh, so, but yeah, I was like, I don't recall any songs that begin with that word, June. I said I would really like an apology. I'm not doing anything to be mean. I just said you have to wait until your snack, which is in like 30 minutes. All right, you just drank all your water. We told you to take tiny sips. You decided to drink it all. Now you just have to wait 30 minutes for your snack. But and the nurses know she has this problem. Like we'll when the nurses show, because they check her vitals and all that, and they'll come in and we'll have a put down a glass, as a thing of water when they get there. Couple minutes, boom, all gone. It's part dementia, part the fact that she was an alcoholic. So it's not really that she's thirsty, it's just the fact that it's an addiction, you know? Because there are times where, like, when they were living next door, she would start bartering like a drunk would in a bar. It's like, no, you gotta go. It's like, no, come on, just one more drink and I'll go. For her, it's just, she's like, can I just have just another glass of water? I promise I won't ask for more. I really need it. My mouth is dry and I'm thirsty. So the nurses know, and they're like, yeah, it's dementia, the fact that she was an alcoholic, and so, but they know all about that crap. I mean, it's annoying when she's like, oh, can I have a glass of water? It's like, I just gave you water like literally 20 seconds ago. So, but apart from the dementia, she's healthy as it can be. So, constantly gaining weight, which is good, even though dementia will cause you to lose weight, but we're getting weight on her. Yeah, she's healthy. And then let's see, factory stuff. So today This is why we need communication. I don't know if he was Italian or, some kind of Hispanic, Latino, but one of the, like a truck driver, one of the guys came, and basically when the trucks show up, the forklift drivers are supposed to be there. Geez, talking about water. Stay hydrated, kids, especially in this heat. Let me know how hot it is for you guys right now. But yeah, the guy shows up, and the forklift drivers are supposed to take care of it. And probably twice or so or more a week, I'll get guys coming over to me or looking at me, acting like, obviously they don't know. Does he know? But I have to tell him, like, no, you gotta wait for the forklift driver. I'm just an asshole who bails. I have nothing to do with the shipping or loading or receiving. Uh, uh, I give, I don't receive. Oh, sure, John. With those sexy, feminine looks you've got, I bet you receive. Little slut. I know you guys were like, oh god, John, that was so cute, do it again. So this guy had like this full off rant, and I don't blame him. I mean, there needs to be better communication between my company and they, or the company I work for and theirs, because these guys show up to drop off whatever it is, and no one's down there. A lot of these guys show up when the forklift drivers are on break, and I'm like, you gotta wait for them, and they just went on break. You gotta wait like, oh, I don't know, an hour. You know, the company they worked for should tell them to call our company and say, hey, I'm like 5 minutes away, have someone at the docks ready to, you know, for unloading and whatever. Nope, nope. Instead, I get a bunch of angry people because there's no communication, and this guy, apparently he didn't know which dock he was supposed to go to. They said east dock, so he went to the east dock, which was like behind there. Ours is north. It says like right above. It says north 1, north 2, north 3, with the different where things open up and you can back in. So we're north dock. So I'm like, are you sure? Because east is back there. He's like, yeah, he went back there and they told me to come here. I'm like, I don't know why they would tell you to come here. You said the east, but as you can see, this is north. So, and then he just kind of went on this tirade, and he's like, fuck it, I'm leaving. I'm like, oh well, I'll just go back to work. I mean, it's not my problem. It's a communication problem. Because there's no communication. I mean, how hard is it to say, oh yeah, when you get close within the factory, call them up, talk to whoever, and say you're this close, and to have someone down there. Because it's not the forklift drivers who are going to be inconvenienced. It's these truck drivers. As he said, he had like 3 other shipments to do. And now, if he didn't leave, this guy would be standing around waiting for them. So it's not our people who are going to be inconvenienced. It's these truck drivers who are going to have to wait around for 45 minutes waiting for our people to go down there. And like I said, there's nothing I can do because the person I work for is contracted by the factory. I have nothing to do with the shipping or the loading or whatever. I have nothing to do with that because there's things they have to sign and check and all that, and they never train. Why would they train me on that? That's not my job. But just terrible communication. My area down there looks like crap. I had everything cleared out Monday. Like on Monday, I go in there, and all the cardboard was gone by the end of the day. The lint was gone. Today or Wednesday, I go in. There's like 12 things of freaking cardboard. There's some lint. It just starts slowly piling up. Today I went in, there was 12 freaking things of cardboard again, 40 plus bags of lint, a bunch of plastic, and I'm like, you know what? I don't care. I only did like 3 bales today in 4.5, 5 hours. I'm tired of busting my ass for nothing. It's freaking hot down there. And the only time that that fan down there really gives you the feel of anything is if you're sweating or you douse yourself in water. That's the only time you're going to feel any cool air. You know, it actually, even when you're sweating, it doesn't sometimes really even matter because you'll still, it's hot down there. So that fan is just pushing around freaking hot air. So I went in and I was like, you know what? Screw this. I'm so tired of this. You know, if she's not, I mean, I leave at 12 o'clock. Our people leave at 3. Why isn't someone down there till 3 o'clock doing it? You know, taking care of that stuff. When I'm not there Tuesdays and Thursdays, she'll have her and my roommate down there for an hour. Why is nothing getting done for the other 4 hours? Why is it up to me to freaking play catch up when I come back in? And then when things aren't caught up, I'm the one who gets blamed for it. I'm tired of it. So you know what? I don't care. It can pile up as much as it wants. I'm gonna go in, do what I can, and that's it. Because I am tired of it. You know? You know, everyone else in the factory, they all have their own things to say. It's like, oh well, you know, it's not my problem, or it's like, yeah, but you know damn well if you were down here, because I even asked them that. I'm like, would you want to do all of this? And they're like, no. I'm like, exactly. Exactly. So why does everyone, no one wants to stick up, you know, because everyone's afraid of losing their job or whatever. But if you see someone down there who is doing a job you clearly don't want it to, because if I was to leave, who knows, you might be the one stuck doing it. So why is no one saying, hey, big boss, that guy down there, he certainly has a lot on his shoulders. You know, he's got 2 balers to work with. Uh, uh, you know, he's only here for 3 days a week. You know, seems like no one else is really down there doing anything. You know, apparently there's only one person down there, and they're only allowed down there for like an hour when you know he's not there. Like, oh, okay, let me tell them and you know hire someone to help. No, instead I'll be told that, oh, you gotta get everything done in one day, and then there I am for 7 hours, no drinking, you know, no hydrating, no going to the bathroom, no breaks. So I'm done pushing myself. I'm just done. You know? Can't exactly quit. Can't afford to do any other job. I mean, this job's only 3 days a week, 5 hours a day, and I can barely do that. My body can't handle anything anymore, so I can't even, I wouldn't be able to handle a freaking 5 day a week job for 8 hours. I can't do it. I'm past the point where my body can handle that. Because every single job I've had treats me like I have the freaking strength of Atlas and that I can go above and beyond, and they always expect more out of me. And it's destroyed my body. Every single job. And I've had a lot of jobs. I've had a lot of jobs. And every job has been the same, and each one just destroys even more and more. And here I am, 35 years old. And there's really not much I can do anymore. All I can do is keep going and pray for the sweet, sweet release of death. Um, but yeah, I went down there. I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. Not doing it all. Not doing it all. I know eventually if I just let it pile up enough, they'll probably just have Kevin go down there and do it. I mean, he said himself he doesn't mind. You know, he knows it's a lot. He knows it's a lot, and he, for a fact, said he wouldn't want to be doing this every day. It's like, well, someone should say something, because if I leave, one of y'all is going to be doing it every day. Because my boss isn't going to have anyone doing it. The 2 other times she's hired me back, it's taken me 2 months to catch everything up because no one's doing it. So people might want to keep me there, because if I'm gone, they're going to end up doing it. And they don't want to. Everyone in the factory says it's the dirtiest, hottest, and hardest job in the factory. And that's why they're with their forklifts, or working the machines that work themselves, because those machines you can leave, you can take your break and go to the bathroom and leave the machine as it is and you get your job done. If I leave this machine, nothing gets done because it's not a manual, it's not an automatic machine. You have to physically put things in it. But I was just tired. I came in today and I was like, screw this. Not doing it. I'm just going to go at my own pace. It's freaking 140 freaking degrees down here, feels like. Humid. Not doing it. So, but the bales I'm doing are still huge. So, I'm doing like 3-4 bales, but they're huge. They're huge. They're the biggest bales. They're the best bales. No, they are. That's usually one reason why I can only get so little. Is when I was years ago, I was able to get like 20 done a day, but that's when we had the normal cardboard boxes. Now we've got those stupid long ones. So, but I still make huge bales. So, it's just huge bales now, unfortunately, take forever. The other ones you can make a huge bale in like, I don't know, I think a huge stack of the old boxes took maybe about 20 minutes. Now they take about an hour. So, you were able to make a big bale in a shorter time. A big bale takes about an hour. A big bale of the old stuff took about 20 minutes. You know, they were smaller, they were lighter, they were easier to fold, they crushed down better. Like the newer boxes are basically the size of 2 or 3 of the smaller boxes. So one of them takes up so much more room than the others. So, but yeah. And then the freaking what was it? Monday, the like the clocking in and out. The phone down in the office wasn't even working. I couldn't make any calls. I couldn't clock in. And then I clocked out at the office on Monday. Then Wednesday, I think I forgot to, because I clocked in up there, and then yeah, I clocked in up there, and then I forgot that it was, I wasn't fixed, so I didn't get to clock out. Oh wait, no, that never mind. That was Monday. Yeah, because then Wednesday, my boss was like, "Oh, you'll have to sign the paper for like time adjustment and all that," because I clocked in, but I never was able. I didn't get a chance to clock out. So, but phone was down. Uh, just one thing after another. One thing after another. That's why I'm glad I have that whole working with June, because I don't, no heavy lifting, no real stress. You know, she'll mouth off sometimes. She'll call you an ass, but it's not hard. It's not a hard job. Nothing to get mad over. Nothing to. Is it frustrating? Yeah, but it's not like I'm gonna be like, ugh, you know. So, anyway, that's been my week. That's been my week. Anyway, that's gonna do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. I guess.